Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaka OK. If you're new here, you're welcome to the channel, and if you're returning, thank you for stopping by once again. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing the first time tag. It'll be like me answering certain questions about my first time, maybe things that has to do with like lifestyle or just something that has happened in the past. So I think I came across this kind of video on Chantal Ayamu's channel, so I was like, okay, why don't I just do something similar? So what's going to happen is that I'm going to pick like the kind of questions that she was asked, and I'm going to answer those questions. So yeah, without wasting much of your time, let's just head on to the video. So the first question that she was asked is, first app you check every morning. So let's say, for instance, it's a day I wake up cranky. I think I would just want to go on Instagram. That's after I have prayed and done all that morning jazz. I would want to go on Instagram to just go to like funny pages to just like spice up my mood for the morning. So that's like the first app. Then on normal days, the first app I would want to look out for would be YouTube. Actually, that's the first app. That's after I've done my prayers and my morning routine. So it will be YouTube. That will be the first app that I will look out for. So the next question is, first broken bone. I think I've had a broken bone before, and that would be in this finger. Let me show you guys if you can see. Yeah, if you can tell, this finger, the shape of this finger is not like the usual. It's not like every other finger. So yeah, I think I broke this finger when I was like 12. And I think that day I was arguing with my brother. And then I didn't want to hear whatever he had to say, because he was literally shouting at the top of his voice. And in my head I was like, okay, I don't want to hear what you're saying again, get out. In fact, then I had to like bang the door. Unknown to me, I had put my hand on the door when I was trying to, so I kind of like put this particular finger there, unknown to me. But the time I tried to jam the door, that was how I broke this finger. Guys, I didn't feel any pain whatsoever when it happened. Like immediately it happened, I didn't feel that. This finger felt numb for like 3 minutes, then the pain started. Guys, that would be the most excruciating pain I have ever felt in my entire life. So yeah, this is the only broken bone I've ever had. The next one says, first foreign country you've ever visited. I would say the first foreign country I've ever visited would be Germany. Yes, that was when I think I was traveling to Poland. I had to make a stop first at Germany. So yeah, I would practically say that's the first foreign country I've ever visited. The next one says, first Instagram, Twitter or Facebook post. So I can't remember my first post on either of those social media, but I would say maybe I can remember Facebook, because I think a couple of days I had to like scroll back to like my first post, and it would be I just made like a write-up. I think that was me saying, oh hi Facebookers, I'm glad I'm here, welcome guys, you know, all those crazy stuff we used to write back in the day. So yeah, that would be like my first Facebook post. But for Instagram and Twitter, I can't remember my first post. So the next one says, first makeup item. I believe my first makeup item would be a lip gloss. Yeah, and that was when I was in high school, like secondary school. I got a lip gloss, and that was even from my friend, because like everyone had a lip gloss, I didn't have any. So I think one of my friends kind of like dashed me a lip gloss, yeah, a bottle of lip gloss. So that was like the first makeup I ever owned. I can still remember when my dad searched my bag. Like my dad used to be very strict. He has kind of calmed down now, but I remember when he searched my bag and he found the lip gloss. I got the beating of my life then. I was in JS3 or SS1, I can't remember when though. JS3 or SS1, yeah. So my dad found that lip gloss. He was like, oh, so you want to be applying lip gloss on your mouth so that boys will notice you, Abby? So it's boys I sent it to school to go and admire or to go and attract. My dad beat me that day. So yeah, that was the first makeup I ever owned. So the next one says, first plane ride ever. First plane ride ever. That would be I was much little then. I can't remember. I think we're traveling to see my dad or something, but that was such a long time. So yeah. So the next one is first trouble at home or school. First trouble at home would be when I spoiled the TV. I think I was playing with my brothers and then I spoiled the TV. I can't remember. I think the TV fell down also, and then the screen now had a dent. And that, my God, my father beat me. At first, I lied. I said it was my brothers. Then my father got to discover my dad beat me not because I spoiled the TV though, but because I lied about it. So I think, yeah, that was the first trouble I ever got into at home. But in school, that would be when someone tried to, I don't know if this happened to most of you guys, but I think in school, in secondary school, there was this time when, like, in class we have like these troublemakers. I'll just keep like pen when you're about to sit down. They'll just keep like a pen on the seat, so you now sit on the pen, stuff like that. So I think a boy in my class did that, and then he put like a pen on my seat. While I was about to sit, I now kind of like the pen kind of like stung me, and I beat that boy. I was mostly bigger than most of the boys in my class, so that day I beat that boy up. But yeah, I think that would be the first trouble I ever got into in school. Yeah. So the next one would be first YouTuber I subscribed to. That would be Jackie Aina. Like when I downloaded YouTube and then I registered and all that, I think Jackie's page was the first one that popped up on my YouTube. Then I watched a couple of her videos. I fell in love with her. I think it was even from her I started learning how to like do my makeup and all that. So she was like the first YouTuber I subscribed to. So the next one says first boyfriend. That was when we had just finished our WAEC, or no, we're about to write WAEC. Then it was like puppy love. We didn't really date that much because we literally just dated during the WAEC. Then after the WAEC, he relocated to Abuja, and that was it for us. And yeah, we're still friends. So the next one is first celebrity crush. Well, that would be Ramsey Noah. As a child, like growing up, we watched a lot of like Nigerian movies. So yeah, actually it was between Ramsey Noah and Desmond Elliot. Yeah, Ramsey Noah was like the fair crush, then Desmond was like the dark crush. The next one would be my first cooking experience. I've had a lot of cooking experiences as a child, so I can't really remember or recall my first cooking experience. My mom taught everybody how to cook in the house. Like growing up, we're very young when we literally started cooking. Like we would take turns. I'm the only girl, I have two brothers, so we would take turns at like learning how to cook. So yeah, I would just say I had a lot of experience cooking. So the next one is my first crush. Well, my first crush would still have to be my first boyfriend, because he was the one I was actually crushing on in school. The next one is my first ever girlfriend. That would be when I was much younger. Like I was like 9, 10-ish. Then we used to live in the barracks. I think we lived in the barracks for like 2 years. Then we now moved to our own place. So, but then while we were in the barracks, I remember my first ever girlfriend her name was Amaka. Yeah, she was my namesake. I think that was one of the things that even kind of like drew us closer, because we bore the same name, so it was much easier to be like,
oh, your name is Amaka, my name is Amaka, okay, would you like to be my friend?
Yeah, stuff like that. So I think that's how we bonded. Our names kind of like brought us close, because people kind of, and we kind of looked alike. So most times when we went places, they'd be like, is your sister Amaka?
No, that's not my sister, my name is Amaka too.
So and stuff like that. But yeah, the only thing is, ever since we moved from the barracks, you know, then we're young now, nothing like keeping in touch, no phones, nothing. So we just lost touch, and that was it. I don't know where she is now. I don't know what she looks like, but yeah, I just hope she's well. I hope she's fine. I hope she's alive. Yeah, so Amaka was my first ever girlfriend. So the next question would be my first kiss. Still has to be, yes, that was my first kiss with my first crush, my first boyfriend. The next one is my first fear ever. Guys, my first fear would be cockroaches. Like I dread cockroaches. The next question would be first internet activity. So my first internet activity would still be Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. That was when I first downloaded Facebook and registered and joined the Facebook gang. So yeah, that would be my first internet activity. The next question is first job. My first job was when I did my IT in 2011. Yeah, and that was in Lagos. It was with Julius Berger. It wasn't an IT, it was a CWA, student industrial work experience. It was like 4 months IT. Yeah, it wasn't like the IT that you have to do for like a year. So this one lasted for 4 months. So the next question is my first love. My first love is my mom. Yeah, because I mean, she's the one that carried me for 9 months. She's the one that first loved me. She's the first person I poured my heart to as a child. She's the first person I knew, I learned how to love from. So yeah, it would definitely be my mom. So the next question is my first pet. I've never had a pet before. I hope to have one soon. Maybe when I have my own apartment or when I move into my own space, basically. I'm hoping to have one. So the next question is my first piercing. First piercing was when I was a baby, when I was born. I think virtually every girl child has had her piercing as a baby. So yeah, so when I was born, my ears got pierced. And yeah, that's the only piercing I have. Like, it's not really a big deal to like have any more piercings. I'm not really keen on doing that, for now. I'm not really keen on it, but maybe in the future. But for now, I'm okay with just one piercing. Yeah. So the next question is first sexual experience. No, sorry, we're gonna skip that. No, thank you. The next question would be first swear word. Okay, my first swear word would have to be waka. I would attribute that to be a swear word because as a child growing up, this is not something they actually taught us. It's something we just learned on our own like that here. If you're not Nigerian, that's how we call, like when you're trying to like curse out on someone and just tell someone to go to something like that. Yeah, so it's just a local swear word we use here in Nigeria. In case you're not Nigerian, that's what it means. Yeah. The next question is my first tattoo. Guys, I don't have a tattoo. I don't have one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having one just here. Maybe somewhere here on my wrist. Like something like a calligraphic write-up of something really nice. I don't know, maybe my name or probably the initials of my kids when I have them. So yeah, something calligraphic here. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. It's not like a conclusion yet, but it's still like a random thought to do. But yeah, I don't have any tattoo whatsoever. So the next question is first thought today. My first thought today was what I was going to eat. I literally woke up very hungry, so I was like, okay, what am I going to eat? Guys, I'm being real. Yeah, that was my first thought today when I woke up. I like literally woke up very hungry, so I was like, okay, what am I going to eat this morning? Yeah, that was my first thought. The next one is first time on a ship. Ha! Like, whoo! For most of you who do not know, I'm a sailor, so I've been on the ship countless times. So let's say my first time on the ship would be when I was going for like my sea experience as a cadet seafarer. So, and that was in 2015. Yeah, that was like my first time, and I went on a tanker ship. I think I spent well over 5 months at first. Like the contract was like broken down into different I think periods. So but I remember spending 5 months on board on a tanker ship. So yeah, that was in 2015. That was my first time on board as a cadet seaman. So yeah, I can remember the experience. It was surreal, it was challenging. I was the only female on board. In fact, we were over 100 crew members on board the ship. It was a very big ship of over 15,000 gross tonnage. So I was literally the only female cadet on board. There were like 4 or 6 cadets. I was the only female cadet and the only female on board the vessel. So we went from port to port, went to deliver products, and from one port to another port. So it was just challenging. It was a wonderful experience. I learned a whole lot, and trust me guys, I really enjoyed it. So yeah, but the experiences I had on that vessel is what made me who I am today. So yeah, that was my first experience on board the ship. First time on a train, that was when I was traveling from Gdynia, the city where I was, to Gdansk. Yeah, a much bigger city. So, and that was in Poland. That was when I was schooling in Poland. That was the first time I went on a train. Yeah. So the next one is my first tweet. I can't remember my first tweet. That was like years ago. I think I opened my Twitter account like what, 2011, 2012. I will probably look for it and put it on the screen. So the next one is my first YouTube video. So that was, I think that was like a year ago. That was when I like came on and talked about my channel. That was when I was just starting my channel. So it was like a 15 to 20 minutes rant about what I wanted this channel to look like and all that stuff. I was pretty shy in front of the camera that day. So yeah, I can leave the link up here and for you guys, if you can go check it out. That was like my first YouTube video ever. It was so funny, like looking back and watching it, I still feel so shy as the day I made that video. So the next one is my first online profile picture. I think it was a picture of me on low cut because then I was in secondary school. I can actually screenshot it and put it on the screen here for you guys to see. I'll probably go look it up. So the next one is first book I read. The first book I read as a child would be I think my book of Bible stories. Yeah, it would be my book of Bible stories. That would be like the first book I ever read, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. First concert ever attended. First concert ever attended would be a church concert. Yeah, I think one of all these Christmas carol shout out nights sort of concerts. Yeah. So the next question is first movie ever watched. Guys, I can't remember my first movie. Like, no, that would be one hard one to remember because we've seen a lot of movies. We can't remember the one we watched first. So yeah, I would be lying if I said I knew the first movie I ever watched. So the next question is first person I will text or reach out to if something exciting happens to me. That would be my mom. I can say, yeah, I would first call my mom to tell her about such an experience. The next question is the first text I sent today, and that would be to my boss. Yeah, because there was something that I needed him to do for me, and there was a favor I needed from him, so I needed to like reach out to him. I think I called, but he didn't take his call, so I had to text, because if he doesn't take the call and he sees the text, he's going to respond. So yeah, that would be my boss. So the next question is first party attended. As a child, we've attended so many child parties, so I can't remember exactly which one was the first. So yeah. So the next question is first thing I do every morning. So if I want to be really realistic, I would say the first thing I do every morning is wake up, boil water for tea. Yeah, if I want to be totally honest with you guys. But yeah, there are some days I have to pray first before I make tea, but most times I make tea first before I do my morning prayer. So yeah, I would say the first things I do in the morning would be pray and drink tea and mind my business. So the next question is first wedding ever attended. That would be when I was much younger, like I was a small girl. I think like 80 to 90% of girls have done flower girl for one auntie or uncle or family friend. So yeah, I think yeah, as a child I did flower girl for somebody. I don't know, I can't remember who, but yeah, I was flower girl for someone at their wedding. Yeah, and that was like the first wedding I ever attended. I can't remember how old I was then. I probably was between the ages of 3 and 5. Yeah, but that was like the first wedding I ever attended. Next question is first sleepover. That would be first sleepover was when I think this one time we went to visit my dad, because as a custom officer he's always like traveling. They keep moving him from one place to another, but there are people who actually move with their families, but my dad wasn't one of them. So he literally just keep his family in a place and move wherever he's sent on call or something. But yeah, what we usually do is we go to visit him wherever he's being transferred to. So yeah, I think this one time at Abeokuta we went to visit my dad, my mom and my brother. So I think something happened. My dad went for an operation or so, and he didn't come back home that day. So he called and then asked that they move like me and my brothers to our neighbor's place. Yeah, and our neighbor has like kids like us too. Like they had like a girl my age, they had a boy my younger brother's age, and then had another boy my elder brother's age. So we're practically friends. So it was more like, okay, since my dad wasn't coming back that day and my mom wasn't around, my mom just dropped us and then went back to work. So we kind of like stayed with my dad for a while. So when my dad went on operation that day, he didn't come back. So my dad just called the neighbor, and then the neighbor had to like take us in for the night. So that was like our first sleepover. It was really fun hanging out with like my neighbor's kids that night. So yeah guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because I really found it interesting and fun to do. If you know you did enjoy it, please do well to leave a comment in the comment section for me. Please like this video as well, and if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Like, if you know you want to keep seeing this fine face, subscribe. Okay, just hit that subscribe button. Okay, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for watching till this time, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.